Okay, so I've got two stories you may want to listen to from prison. Okay, first one's grass. Okay, so I was in Sudbury prison, which is in Derbyshire. Sudbury prison in Derbyshire, right? And I'd have made my phone at that time, and there was some guy, man, it's a bit chubby. I think it was an Indian guy or Kurdish, maybe, something like that. So wear glasses. It looked like someone you'd expect to work out if you walked into a bank. No, maybe not a bank. A market seller, someone who sells fruit. It looked like typical one of those guys. If that helps give you an image. Okay, so at the time I was about to get out of prison. I think I had a couple of months left, and Where's my? Oh, should I get my vape? Okay, so I was in prison, Sudbury prison. I had a mobile phone at that time, and I was getting out soon. And someone approached me saying, "Yo, this little guy, that guy I talked about, he wasn't that little. He wasn't big either, just my size." He approached me and said, "Yo, I heard you got a phone for sale." No, I heard you got a phone. I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "I want to buy one." And I said, "How much you want to spend?" And he gave me some price, which must have been appealing for me, enough for me to consider selling him the phone. So I was like, "Cool, okay. Yeah, man." Okay. And I must have said something, "All right, then you give me." It must have been very close to me getting out, and me no longer feeling the need for that phone. So I said, "All right, then, yeah, done. You can have it." And he goes, "No, I want to see it first." I was like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "I just want to see that you've got a phone before I produce the money. And then I want to meet you, see that you've got that phone. And then the next day, it'll give me a couple of days to build up the money. Probably about 80 quid or 90 quid. So to get that money in cash as well in prison. Cash is already not illegal. You can't have cash in prison. So, but obviously cash is all about. You just got to obtain it. But then there's no point. Cash is kind of not worthless, but it's just paper, isn't it? So you much rather have stuff you need, like tobacco or at the time when you could smoke or shower gel, or you know what I'm saying. So I was like, "Cool, right then. You produce it, I'll show you tomorrow." So I met it with it. So come to meet me tomorrow. Come to my cell. And I used to have a big radio back then, so about that big, yeah. And the back of the radio was a little compartment for the batteries. Compartments are probably about that big. So I take the compartment off. I never had batteries in it because I just plug it in. And in that place there, I'd have my little mobile phone. So I was like, "Boom, there you go." And looked at it, it's like, "Okay, cool. I'll see you tomorrow, I'll see you in however long." So I'm like, "Cool." Put it back there, carried on. So it must have been maybe later that day or the next day or something. I'm walking to my wing. Someone comes up to me and goes, "Yo, Danny." He goes, "Yo, the spinning your cell now." Spinning means you're searching your cell. And at that time, thank fucking God, I had my phone on my waist strap. You know, like that, innit? Yeah. I did like that. Oh, I've got a wicked story actually about a phone strap. I'm gonna have to do that one. I'm gonna write it down, that story. Phone. Okay, man, so the pen's not working. I'll have to engrave it into here. Yo, the spinning your cell, Danny. The spinning your cell. And at this time, I must have been in a corridor, nowhere near myself. So I was like, "Yo, sick. Thank you so much. I've gone somewhere." Took my phone out, put it in a little stash area, make sure I'm clean. Got back to my cell, like, "Oh, what's happening here?" My pad mate's in there lying down, watching everything that's happening. And I just searched my cell and I said, "Carry on about your day," and walked off. I was like, "How long have I been here for?" I said, like, 5 minutes, or it don't take long to search the cell, does it? And my pad mate goes, "Yo, bro," they went straight, as soon as I walked in, they went straight to your radio, opened the back of it, that's the first place to look. I was like, "No way." Little bitch. So I'm trying not to be too loud. Little bitch. So I was like, cool. So yeah, that taught me the lesson. He snitched on me. I didn't do anything. I've got to smash them up, but there's no point in them really, because it's just further trouble, isn't it? So I was at work one day. I used to work with him in a DMT shop, the D&T shop, DIY shop, whatever it is, making wooden blocks or whatever to try to teach you or stuff from the prison. And I remember getting a piece of A4 paper. A4, how big is A4? Like them. That must have been that way. And I wrote in permanent, in thick, like highlights and black, grass, Grass, in case you didn't know how to spell black, grass. But it's here, and then it must have been added back to me one. So I've got like sellotape, I've got like a line of sellotape, half on here and then half hanging. I've got walked up to him, I'm going, yes, my G, what you saying, man? You good, yeah? How is everything, yeah? He's like, oh, you're right, mate, right, man. The whole time I'm thinking, you little bitch, you fucking snitched me in here. Anyway, I stuck it on his back, he doesn't realise it. So he's walking around all day, no, all morning, so a couple of hours at least, with grass written in big letters on the back of his jacket. Every time he walks, obviously I can't get my eyes off him. Every time he walks around people are looking, laughing, main fans are laughing. Even the prison guards see what go on here, and they're fucking laughing at this guy at me. I feel so fucking good, little bitch. I remember walking back to our cells afterwards, and obviously I made sure I just stayed in eye contact with him the whole time, just getting every prisoner's reaction. We're talking about probably hundreds of prisoners walking by, just like, man's like pointing behind his back, laughing. And then one little do-gooder said, excuse me, you've got that on the back end anyway, isn't it? Put it off, looked at it, looked all around him. I can imagine how he must have felt about them, wondering how long that's been on his back. He probably recalls, he probably thought back and remembered me tapping him on his back. Yeah, earlier, a couple of hours earlier. And he's been walking around all day with that on. Walking all through the prison corridors in front of hundreds of prisoners as well, laughing at him. Probably went to his cell and started crying, didn't he? So he started crying. I'm glad that he cried. I normally pretend that I normally pretend, not pretend, I normally have that good attitude on here, don't I? Like, I want the best for that person, but I hope he fucking cried his fucking eyes out, little cunt, fuck him. Yeah, man. I was thinking after, why do that? Why do that? You know what I mean? There's no benefit for you. It's not like I'm any danger to you. Maybe that guy went out his way to say, hello, officer, this guy's got a phone in the back. What? Probably ruin my release date and everything. For why? Why do that? I don't know if he had a reward system in place. I mean, he's a prison. It's not like fucking. You can say he's a nice person. He's in prison for Christ's sake. It's not like he's God knows. So yeah, that's that story. Okay, next story. It's not really a story, but I thought I'd tell you about Top Bunk. Okay. So when I was younger, I used to watch a bit of Porridge. For you younger geezers, Porridge was a TV show based in the 70s or 80s about a guy called Fletcher and his padmate Gobber. And this is show a prison cell. We should go back and watch it if you want to laugh. Go back to watch that TV series Porridge. Used to share a cell. And Fletcher, the alpha, always used to have the top bunk. So when I went to prison, I was always like, first few cells I got to share, always like your core top bunk when I could. When I felt I was dominant over my padmate, which wasn't all the time. Sometimes I was putting somewhere where like, I ain't fucking sure you can sleep ready once. Always went for top bunk. But you know, I remember even when I went in with this dominant, so actually that's the point. First, I was in a cell one time, this is very early on, and the guy was much bigger, more intimidating than me. And as soon as he walked in the cell, he just threw his bag on the bottom bunk. As in basically saying, this bitch is mine. So I was like, dickhead, I wanted the top bunk anyway, because I seen Fletcher always have the top bunk. So I was like, yeah, cool. And then it wasn't until a few days ago that I realised that TV show Porridge had it all wrong. Top bunk isn't the best bunk at all. You've got to climb up to sleep there. You can't see bottom bunk. Someone's bed is the bed. You don't fuck around it. Bottom bunk's a sofa and a bed. So if you just want to come sit down in yourself, just sit down. I can't sit down myself. I've got to climb up. It's fucking annoying. annoying, I don't know. That TV show got that wrong. So yeah, just let you know, if you do go to prison, claim that bottom bunk, yeah, because you're going to have to climb up all the time. Get annoying as fuck. Hear every little movement you do, because the higher you up, the more you rock. Yeah, it's just so inconvenient. So there's a little thing. Okay, last story. Oh mate, this is good. Okay, so it's very close to my release. Because I didn't get a phone until I was probably 2-3 months away from my release. And I was doing alright with it. Looked after it, maintained it. It's people, so the security guards that have, this is ages ago when I was in prison, they used to have a device, right? So everyone knew that after a certain time, you can't use your phone. So maybe after like 7 o'clock, not that you can use your phone anyway, but at 7 o'clock when you are locked in your cell, the officers walk around the corridor and they have a little device which monitors like radio activity or cellular activity. So if they're walking down a corridor and their device goes ping, they know that there's something going on very close and they're walking a bush. So that's how people get caught. So everyone knows between this, after the time of this, you put your phone away, turn it off, done. So what am I telling you now? Yeah, so there's certain rules that you've got to remember when it comes to keeping a phone safely. But in the daytime, you're good. So when I used to go like work in the morning, I used to take my phone and just text or whatever. At the time, I used to beg people, say, yo, put some credit on my phone, please, put some credit on my phone. Because I was only like 19 and we're like, now I'm an adult where I can ask. My friends have all got money. It's like, my friends are all gangsters, fucking hood rats anyway. So it used to be effort to get credit. Anyway, so I want to have some more D&T, man. But I can't do it on a video because I think it's against regulation, isn't it? Anyway, so like, man's here, like walking to work one day. And I'm walking to work. Walking to work, man, my own business. I open the work door. Expecting to see my normal work, and then I'm greeted by the sight I see when I open the door is 6 prison officers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 prison dogs, and they're all just waiting like that. Not necessarily for me, but for whoever walks through the door. So, and what that means is you're getting searched. Now the problem was, I had my phone here. So, and I'm a few weeks away from release. So as soon as imagine that, just mind your business and boom. As soon as I see that sight, my heart goes boom. Besides my heart goes boom, 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 boom. I feel like crying. At that time I want to be like, I'm sorry for that. But I'm aware all eyes are on me. All eyes are on me. And whoever else was going to walk through that door. And as I look up, I see loads of prisoners all sat down who's already been through the process. No warning or anything. As soon as you walk through that door, you're in. No warning anyone else. But my heart's going. I feel like crying because I got caught at the phone. I said, I'm not getting out of prison. You know how long for a year and a half, I planned my release date, counting down the days. And that sight meant I could have half a year of my sentence. That sight, oh God, the feelings when I saw that sight. But I remain calm. Even though that was sudden shock, I've not shown him. I've just been like, I've tried it, I've covered, like, just, yeah, whatever. And like I say, if I ran away, boom, that's it, I'm getting caught. So I'm watching, I'm sweating, right, okay. What order was it? Pat down, dog, metal detector. That was it, so they got 3 stations. So as soon as I walked in, okay, right, I need some examples here, right. Okay, right, so all I've got on me, other than my phone, is my cell keys, because you get like a cell key, because in decap prison, that's how it works. Can't be asked to explain. Cell key. in that pocket here, the jacket pocket. So first guy comes up to me, pats me down, goes over the phone, doesn't feel it, thank fucking God. He's probably searched 50 people already and not found a single thing. So it's not like he thinks there's something. He's just probably going over there. He's pat me down, he's not felt it. Cool. Next station, dog. Put the dog in front of me, that's Alicia. Put the dog in front of me. The dog sniffing on me. I'm thinking, do phones smell? Anyway, I go through that 10 seconds or 15 seconds. Yeah, next station. Metal detector. And there's like a wand in it. Okay. So at this point, I look to the right. I see the other prisoners all looking at me. Not looking at me necessarily, but whoever. They're looking at watching the whole process. My heart's going boom, 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 boom. So, and I've got my keys here, yeah. So, hands up, metal detector. On the round. And as the metal detector went down here, just as it got here, I moved my hands here with my keys. And it went beep, 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 beep. And he just looked at the keys and carried on going. And just going, yeah, no, walked off. Bro, oh my God. I wanted to turn, as soon as that happened, I realised I was free. I wanted to turn to the prisoners and go, yo. But at the time, I was trying to maintain my composure. So like, yeah, and I'm walking back and I'm looking at everyone like, I want them all to know what the fuck is what I've just been through in the last 2 minutes. That was crazy. That is a memory I'll never forget. The feelings of comfortability, 2, not getting out of prison for another half a year, 2, the best feeling I've ever felt in my life. So yeah, there's your stories for today. You had a grass one, you had a top bunk one, and you had a getting away with phone one. So I don't think I've got anything else to tell you. I hope you're good, and I hope you have a happy life, and I hope that you're just full of happiness and you love life. Life is good, isn't it? The air that we breathe is free. Water's kind of free, isn't it? And I hope you've all got love in your lives as well, people who love and care for you. And if you haven't, I'm very sorry, and I wish I could be there for you. But just appreciate whatever you've got in life, you know. And if at that time you're a bit depressed and you don't feel any of that stuff, take psychedelics. That will make you realise how valuable you are, and you'll make you appreciate it right. Peace and contact.